Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of Cover to Cover. You're here with Mo,
Andrea,
and Morgan.
So today we want to talk about Atlas's adventures underground, how Buddhism and Princess Bride go hand in hand, the rise of paperback books, and the new Mary Shelley biopic, plus we have a really fun video short for you guys, so stay tuned for that. But first, are you already working on your Christmas list? Because we have got a book for you to add.
it's never too early to start planning gifts for those you love. And if a loved one is in your life and is a huge fan of the beloved holiday classic, Die Hard, then this new book is just for them. Comedian Doogie Horner and artist J.J. Horner are collaborating on a Die Hard Christmas, the illustrated holiday classic. So, are you guys going to be wrapping up this holiday classic this season?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Feelings.
Yes.
Okay.
So, Die Hard is my husband's favorite Christmas movie, which I just like, whatever. Okay,
He's a
that's
Die Hard
cool.
fan?
Yeah.
Like a Die Hard fan.
But I am too, so like it actually works out kind of well. So this will definitely be something I buy for him and also for myself because it's amazing. Do you think so too?
Yes. These are the kind of books that my husband buys for people at Christmas.
Yeah.
So most people buy the things that they want to give, like tickets to Harry Potter World to their husband when they actually want to go.
Yeah.
So he always buys books, and we like to find some really funny books. So this is definitely one that will be on our list, and we will be wrapping it up.
Yeah, and it's an animated book, but it's not for kids. They're definitely
Good call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So just so
As
you guys
is
know,
Die Hard.
Yeah. So I will definitely be avoiding you guys on Black Friday in the line for Die Hard.
Yeah, well, I'm excited about this, so I'll definitely be checking it out.
Yeah.
And another gift that you can give to those that you love, and my preferred kind of gift, is the gift of an experience, right? Alice's Adventures Underground in London is offering just this for the book lover.
Alice's Adventures Underground is said to be one of the best interactive theater experiences you could ever have. Tumble down the rabbit hole and go on your own adventure. Make choices like eat or drink, grow or shrink, and more. This show is currently playing in London, but the run ends on September 23rd, so get your tickets soon if you plan on attending.
This is such a bummer. All the cool things happen in London, right?
I know. I'm like, I don't even have time to get my plane ticket for this.
I know, it's done so soon.
It looks so cool, you guys. So you will definitely have to check out the photos and look online. I mean, I was just in my own little rabbit hole, looking through it. I mean, the set must have taken hours. I know I've spent a lot of time on sets for theater shows that I've done, and I can only imagine how long this took. There are 4 different routes that you can take. So if you wanted to go with your family, you could all go on different routes or whatever, but you're all kind of conspiring against the Queen of Hearts, and it's freaking amazing.
It's really cool. I love interactive theater. Do you like that too, Morgan?
I do. I don't go often enough.
No,
It's
there's
just
not
something-
enough options.
There's not enough options for sure.
Yeah.
But on this one, it's you gotta wear your comfy shoes because it is
Lots of
90
walking.
minutes of walking and sometimes running.
So hopefully this will go on tour because I feel like it was really successful. So maybe it'll come to either our city or a city near us. So you guys should stay tuned
We
for
can
that.
go, or we can all just go and do the show there.
Yes.
And
Oh my gosh.
Yes, I
that'd be
would-
So
company
cool.
vacation.
It would be so cool, the amount of makeup people were wearing and how they got into it. And these were legit actors in this show. I mean, they've done TV shows, they've done other huge touring, theater shows, and it
Very
just looks
professional.
so cool. So I'm really jealous of anyone who gets to go. So if you are just happening to go or know someone who's going, please send pictures.
We wanna know.
Yeah, let us
So
know.
cool.
And if you're near there, let us know if you plan on attending because we want to see your pictures. Or if you wanted to come here, maybe we can send a letter. Please come to the U.S.
Right.
Please come to our city.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
But so right now we're going to take a quick break. But when we get back, we got a lot more to talk about, a fun video short. So stay tuned. We will be right back. Today is the late author Upton Sinclair's birthday.
We want to wish him a happy birthday and remember his most pivotal work, The Jungle. It was an unsavory, eye-opening work that exposed what life for immigrants could be like and what went on in the meatpacking industry.
And it is not good, you guys. It's not, I read this book.
You read this in high school.
Mm-hmm. It was required.
How did that one affect you again?
So I definitely didn't eat meat for like a year afterwards, and I'm pretty sure the paper I wrote was like, why did you make me read this? I could have been so much happier not knowing about this.
Yeah.
And then she ruined tuna for me for like the rest of ever.
So you'll never look
today.
at canned meat the same again, so that's all I'm going to say.
So there's been this Facebook video going around of how hot dogs are made.
Nope.
Oh, yeah, I stopped eating hot dogs years ago.
So gross. My husband was like, look, you want a hot dog now?
Yeah.
Because I love a good hot dog with coleslaw and all the fixings,
Yeah. Don't watch the chicken nuggets one either.
but no, I watched something like that in college and didn't eat meat for a long time.
But this was a significant work
Yeah.
because it helped with the progress of going toward the Meat Inspection Act and also the Pure Food and Drug Act as well.
But this was not the purpose of his book. Did you know that?
Well, what's the purpose?
All right, so I looked this up because I haven't read the book, but what his hope from the book was, I'm sorry, I'm looking for my notes. He wanted to move people to a more socialist society. Like, that's the way he wanted to address the problems. But instead, people had an outcry, and we need more government regulations to fix this.
Well, he made an impact even if it wasn't the one he was hoping for.
Yeah.
I mean, his works are significant. He also peeled the lid off of yellow journalism in some of his other novels as well.
Yeah, so props to Upton Sinclair. Happy birthday. And you guys know, The Jungle was a classic, of course. And you know what else was a classic, too? The Princess Bride. And one thing that we can all agree on is the magic and greatness of that book, right? Am I right?
Right.
It is.
One author in particular has a very special attachment to this story.
Buddhist author Dr. Ethan Nichiren is a huge fan of The Princess Bride. He feels that the work, both book and film, is one of the top, most important pop culture touchstones of his time. He incorporates viewings into the Buddhist temple in which he resides and feels it reflects many Buddhist principles. His latest book, The Dharma of the Princess Bride, What the Coolest Fairy Tale of Our Time Can Teach Us About Buddhism and Relationships, broaches this topic in depth.
His book really defies genre. It's part of a memoir, it's part of Buddhist learning, and it's part of cultural criticism. His pitch is that The Princess Bride is something more than a lighthearted send-up of the fairy tale genre. If viewed through the right lens, it's also a trove of timeless wisdom. What do you think?
I think
Is it?
so. I feel like there's so many good moral lessons, right? We said this before, like literature is really a great moral compass to help you figure out what's right and wrong and kind of what's good about life. And there's so much good about life in The Princess Bride, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I think the funniest thing about, The Princess Bride is it's a deconstruction of genre while also following all of the rules of the genre. So it's like making fun of something, but at the same time, like, I'm going to follow all of it. So I don't know. I love The Princess Bride, and I know you do.
Yeah, it's super cute, right?
So what's the number one lesson you learned from The Princess Bride?
That I learned that if you're mean to people, they'll love you anyways.
And it's worked well for you and your husband.
Yes, and I practice that every day.
How about you?
I think I learned you just got to take off someone's mask.
Actually, that's
so
deep.
deep.
That's really deep, Morgan.
There you
I
go.
like that, demasking humanity. Good.
Very cool. I was just like, loving stuff. Cool.
Love.
Yeah.
Love over Vale.
I also learned about, well, never mind. I was going to say something really silly about.
No, it's going to be so profound. Keep going.
It is not
I'm
going
ready
to be
for this.
profound. Well, anyway, we know The Princess Bride is a cult classic, and we love it as a mini books. But the question still remains. Are you ready for this? Mm-hmm. What is the greatest American classic?
The Great Gatsby.
Might be To Kill a Mockingbird.
We are hoping to get an answer to that in our new video short series called Book Battle. So take a look at today's battle. Welcome to our inaugural Book Battle event. This is where we pit two people from our team against each other on deciding the best books from a given genre. Today, we are going head-to-head on the great American classic, what book has lived on to be number one? Now, in this corner, we have Andrea repping F. Scott Fitzgerald's classic, The Great Gatsby.
So, in The Great Gatsby, who doesn't love a vibrant book about partying like it's 1922? But what if underneath all of that glamour and lightheartedness is just a distraction or even a facade? The Great Gatsby is the great American novel in that it touches on hope, love, and the American dream.
Thank you. And in this corner, we have Mo repping Harper Lee's classic To Kill a Mockingbird.
Okay, so Harper Lee's To Kill a Mockingbird is the greatest American classic. It's a metaphor for squashing innocence and killing purity. The mockingbird never did anything but sing its heart out, and killing it is a sin, and so is not reading this book.
All right, thank you. We're going to go 3 rounds to hear why each book is the best. Round 1, ladies, is the protagonist. Round 2 is themes, and round 3 is legacy. Andrea, you'll go first with round 1, the protagonist. You have 15 seconds. Ready, set, go.
Jay Gatsby is the most interesting man in the world. Dude is a bootlegger who doesn't drink, and he is true American in that he has everything and still wants more. But then again, is this desire worthy? He represents excess, but then again, does he? He's the only character in a world of fakes, and as Nick describes him, he's better than the whole damn bunch.
All right, thank you. All right, Mo. Round 1, the protagonist, you have 15 seconds, go.
Scout is just 6 years old when this story begins, and as we learn prejudice, racism, and hate through her innocent eyes, her pure heart, and her standing up to bullies, literal lynch mobs, and oppression, she represents love, innocence, and the intrinsic values of equal love.
Thank you. All right, Andrea, round 2, themes. You have 20 seconds this time, go.
Love, wealth, and the American dream. The American dream is just that, a dream. Are we always wanting more and falling further from what truly matters in life? Be real in a crowd of fakes. Love what's worthy. Corruption is always going to continue. The carefree will continue being carefree, and good characters like Gatsby will enable it until it ultimately leads to their demise. But of course, it doesn't affect the corrupt and carefree.
Thank you. All right, Mo, round 2, themes. You have 20 seconds, go.
So there are 3 main themes: coming of age, racism, and justice and injustice. We witness Scout and her brother Jim growing up, coming of age, and how they learn to navigate racism when they are so pure of heart. Racism is obviously playing a huge part in the story. It dictates the action of every character in the story, both good and bad. Justice and injustice are huge, and we are meant to judge for ourselves what is right and what is wrong.
Out of time, thank you. Andrea, round 3, legacy. You have 20 seconds. Go.
This is the American novel, and that is to survive time. Are we still not chasing after the American dream? Tell me the idea that this idea was only relevant in 1922? No, we're still going after that green. Look at lottery ticket winners everywhere. And that has happened to countless people. I mean, and there's, of course, love, money, and glamour, and these are all things that don't fade. And Fitzgerald hits some really important lessons in this novel.
Out of time. Thank you. All right, Mo, round 3, legacy. You have 20 seconds. Go.
So this book was published July 11th, 1960, and its themes are still prescient in society today. It still lingers on. There's so much hate in the world. People are still inheriting their father's prejudice. Be like Scout. Stand tall, stand proud, stand unabashedly against racism. Treat people equally, and good karma will be on your side, like that time when Boo Radley saved Scout because you go boss.
All right, thank you. All right, tough calls to make. So you let us know in the comments which book, which side you with, and we'll announce the book winner at the next show.
All right, bye.
The Great Gatsby. The Great Gatsby. It's not the Mockingbird. It's The Great Gatsby. It is The Great Gatsby. It's The Great Gatsby.
No, it's definitely
No,
The
it's definitely.
Calm down. Okay. We hope you enjoyed this book battle, and let us know in the comments which book you think deserves the title of the greatest American classic. They're going to be fighting about this for a very long time, so we need you to tell us. We need you to vote. We want to know what you think. Which one is the best, so I can end this fight.
Right, and the best, To Kill a Mockingbird. Speaking of it, we read an interesting story recently that opened our eyes to the rise of paperback books.
Just like all the stories I read about The Great Gatsby all the time. That's right. It turns out To Kill a Mockingbird is the culprit behind the popularity of mass market paperbacks.
Oh.
Prior to the 1960s, paperback books were generally of lower quality content-wise and often featured racy covers and storylines a la the romance genre. When To Kill a Mockingbird came out in 1960, it wasn't the bestseller that year. In 1962, the paperback was released, making it cheap and accessible. This ignited the widespread popularity and induction to many schools' reading lists for students. Other publishers got on board with this concept, and as they say, the rest is history.
I think this is so interesting because I definitely never considered when paperbacks were entered into the publishing world and kind of what that meant about it. But yeah, it must make it so cheap and accessible, right? Because when you're in school and you have assigned readings, often they'll give you just, tons of copies to all the students. So it has to be something that they can afford.
Yeah.
True, yeah.
So that's a really cool advent, and I'm really happy that To Kill a Mockingbird kind of brought that to popularity because I too appreciate inexpensive books.
Yes. When I was reading about, like the racy books before, and like paperbacks, The Great Gatsby was like apparently one. It was like a paperback with like a shirtless Jay Gatsby,
So weird. Can you imagine like buying that and feeling like ashamed?
Yeah.
And being like, no, this is a great book. It's so weird.
It's like the 50 Shades of Grey of its time.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, I wonder if it was. That's interesting. We'll Google that.
Yeah.
Well, another great classic that we all love is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. And there's an all-new biopic coming out for fans of her work.
The movie titled Mary Shelley is gaining some traction after its debut in the Toronto International Film Festival. It's a gothic romance chronicling the life and struggle of Shelley as she defied her given boundaries and pursued her dream of writing horror. The stills online give the looks of a dark and haunting story, and fans of Shelley will hopefully get a glimpse of the film in 2018. So are you guys excited about this one?
Yeah, I love a good biopic, and Mary Shelley is somebody that I don't know very much about, so I'm really excited to learn about her. What do you think?
I'm super excited. So Frankenstein, I started reading it in high school, and it was the first book that I ever put down and didn't finish reading because it freaked me out so much.
Yeah, it's disturbing.
Yeah, it was way scarier than I thought it was going to be, and I'm a wimp. So, but still, it's a good book for people in that genre, and I will be checking out the biopic, and then maybe I'll have to give it another chance now that I'm grown up and older. I'm not a little high school tot.
Scary.
Yeah. I can take on the world.
And like every good biopic, it has a challenger. I read online this morning. There's another Mary Shelley biopic in the works starring Sophie Turner from Game of Thrones fame. She plays Sansa Stark. So there's a lot of that going on, right? We got 2 Tolkien biopics coming out. We've got one for J.D. Salinger, so maybe there's another secret one in the works. So
I'm telling you, I need my Netflix or Amazon or HBO or whatever it is, just all of my book-related things
I agree.
to one subscription. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
You watch the movie, you read the book first because the book's always better, and then you watch the movie, and that's a great idea. We should start that.
I know. Copyright. That's all we have to say. We copyright that.
We call it first dibs. All right. Well, let us know in the comments if
The
you
most official.
Yeah, if you are excited about this film, if you'll go see it, or if you're just like, maybe not. Let us know. And don't forget, you can like and share this post and send us a message to get a free t-shirt.
All right. And don't forget to let us know which book, The Great Gatsby, you think deserves the Great American Classic.
I have to solve this fight, so please, 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 please comment.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Mo.
I'm Andrea.
And I'm Morgan.
And we will be back, of course, on Friday, September 22nd, 12 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time. So, till then, keep reading, writing, and being awesome. I know we will.
Bye.
Bye.